He is one goofy looking dinosaur. I got these wooden shapes just from Amazon, but lots of different places are doing them. I know DMC has a set of trees. I think Baker Ross does them, maybe Hobbycraft. And I think they're aimed at children really, but it doesn't mean we can't have a lot of fun with them as well. Or if you have children or you work with children, they can be a great Christmas craft. It's quite straightforward. All the holes are pre-punched, and essentially you're just going to do cross stitch, but you could do also just some half stitches. But I'm going to try and do something a little bit fun with this round one. I've been trying to figure out exactly how small I could do a little dinosaur and it still looks like a dinosaur. I think I've got a pattern here after a few sort of mistakes. So I'm going to try and do this in green with a little bit of white and see how that turns out. So the kit came with some threads. I don't imagine they are amazing. They feel alright. And you may as well use them for something like this because it is going to snag on the wood sometimes. And you do need quite a lot because you're doing cross stitch and you're going to want to use 6 strands. So you might not want to use your finest DMC for this. So I have a little plan for a dinosaur. I think if I do it far enough down we might be able to fit on a little hat or a little star on his head as well. So let's have a look. So it needs to be at least at its furthest across. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I can start. I don't want to start completely at the bottom, so I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3, and we will start. Right, I'm wondering if I want a little bit of white on his tummy. Maybe here. So I'm going to leave those two for the moment, which may confuse myself. You can kind of see it taking shape. Okay, so where are we? Body, 2 whites. We're going to go and do his sort of jaws now, which will stick out as much as his arm, I think. Maybe not, maybe one less. Let's do it one less for now and see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to need the white body because I don't think there will be enough of it to look like a body. Yeah, I'm going to go one less with the jaws for now. I will draw out the pattern for you of the one we end up keeping. This is going well so far. So we need now an eye hole. So I'm going to do 4 of these. Three, because we only did 3 going out. What do I think? I think that looks alright, doesn't it? I think maybe we will fill in these, or at least one here. I was going to leave it white, but actually I don't think that looks... And it actually, does it look like his jaws are open, or does it look like a mouth and an arm? I'm not sure, but it doesn't concern me because it does look like a little dinosaur or alien perhaps, which is what we wanted. So this is the top of his head. It could only really be, I guess it could be 4 white, then 3, then 1 red. We could definitely try it. I've got this kind of rope that I'm going to use to hang them up. I wonder if I could thread that. So let's have a look. That might work as a little Christmas hat. I'm not sure what needle I'd use for that yet. I was going to give him a little brown background and blue. Let's give him... I'm wondering about a white eye, but I think he will need a little bit of black in it for a pupil. So I'm going to do a white large stitch and then maybe 2 or 3 strands of black to try and get a stitch right in the middle, or I might just over sew one over the cross. Let's get the white in first. If you had a bigger bauble, you might be able to put a little present in his hand, but these baubles are quite small. I am working very small. I did look up sort of small cross stitch dinosaur patterns and I really could not find one small enough. There we go. Now, because of how he's positioned, obviously you could put him in the centre. I am going to do some kind of hat. I'm quite amazed at people who design crossword patterns. It's been like, even this tiny little thing has been like really hard to try and figure out where to put him. So let's start. And you can of course do half stitches and stitches straight up and down. They don't have to be cross stitch if you want to create a different effect. I might bring his tail up a tiny bit there as well, because we are looking a little bit unbalanced. If you wanted a more dense look, you could use a wool, or like I'm doing sometimes is just going over it more than once. Yes, I think so. Happy, happy. Right, tiny bit on the tail, and then I'll fill in the background. He is one goofy looking dinosaur, but I think you can tell it's a dinosaur. And there we have our cute little cross-stitch wooden ornament. It would make quite a nice gift, or it's just a fun activity to do in the run-up to Christmas. You could also, you don't have to just do patterns, you could work out letters for people's names, or other things to do with hobbies, a little bicycle, a little cake or something personal to the one you're giving it to. If you are interested in dinosaurs, I've made a free little pattern, and if you go over to my post section you can have a look at it there. But I think that turned out rather well.